let's talk now about the new belly, alright? Even though it's a different position from the side control, I think they combine, right? They complete each other, okay? And first we have to understand when I should go to the new belly, alright? If you think about points, of course in a competition it's always good to score more and more, but if you think about the martial art aspect here when I'm fighting, I always think about the new belly when I'm not able to deal with this arm. When it's hard for me to trap this arm, when it's hard for me to isolate this arm, when my opponent's doing a good job by protecting himself here. Right, so when I do that, I'm having a hard time to move here to attack him, then I can think about the new belly. At least that's how I think about the new belly. So the first thing that we do over here in order to set up the new belly is to, number one, grab his collar, thumb inside, and number two, grab his pants right on top of his hip on the other side. When I grab the pants, I want to also drop my elbow to don't let him move this leg and bring this leg in front of me. Sometimes you put the new belly and we see people throwing the leg here and we lose the position. So when I grab, I like to drop. You know, when I jump, put your throw your leg over, I can monitor this leg better. All right, guys. About the position here, there's two ways that we can work the new belly. One, it's when I have just the point of my nose belly and my foot on the floor. When I'm like this, I don't have much pressure on his body. However, when he moves, start to move a little bit on his skate, I can easily switch sides, return here. So that's the position that I'm saying, when my foot and my knees on his belly. So even though I don't have much pressure, when he moves, I have mobility here. I can move quickly to one side and another. But as you can see, I don't have a really good control over my opponent. Another way to put the new belly is actually not my knee, it's my whole shin on his belly. And not this angle here, but this angle. Alright, so I've got to turn my knee slightly towards his shoulder. When I place my leg like this, it's also important for me to trap his hip with my foot. Why? Because if I give space to him here, he can grab, lift, and recover the guard. So when I have my shin on his belly, I've got his slide in my leg, and now it's hard for him to catch my leg. All right? So once we understand about this leg, we've got to move to the other leg. Guys, this leg, it's really important. Why? Because as my opponent is moving, this leg can move. This leg can help me to follow him. While this leg stays here, as he starts to move a little bit, watch this. I can, other side please. I can move this leg. So this leg helps me to follow him wherever he goes. Alright, so this leg is mobile as the other leg stays. Okay? And once I'm over here, it's important for us to understand that this hand remains on his collar. So let's say that he bridges and I'm feeling off balance to this side. I can never let go of his collar. Why? Because he can grab my tricep and I can never return. So if I'm feeling off balance to this side, I've got to let go of this hand. So if he goes to bridge, this hand's fine. Now if he tries to block, the hand's not going to be a problem. I can come back and I can start to attack him here and there. All right? So this leg moves and this hand can move. Of course, if I have the option, I want to maintain this hand right here. All right? So as he goes, I can move a little bit this leg. But because I have my whole shin on his belly, I can apply some pressure on him. All right? So he moves. It's hard for him to even to move. And understanding this, understanding the control, then I can think about the attacks. The easiest attack here is the cross choke. So I'll take advantage that I have the hand on the collar to open up the collar more and switch this grip, the hand on the hip, to his collar here. As soon as I grab his collar, I drop my elbow, putting pressure on him. And once I'm over here, now I can start to attack the other side. So some people, they like to grab the material, which is fine. I honestly, I rather to open up his collar a little bit more and throw my thumb nice and deep on his collar here. And now I close. Guys, once I set up the choke, I've got to understand about weight distribution here. What I mean is this. In a normal mount, I had to post my head on the side. But with the knee on belly, if I post my head on the side, he can push me this way, and I'm off balance here. So the knee on belly, that changes a little bit. As I set up the choke, knowing that he can go to that side, I'm going to drop this knee. And as I drop this knee, I sit on my foot. And when I sit on my foot, I'm able to pull his shoulder to me. Can you throw me to the other side, Alan, please? Watch this. He cannot throw me to the other side. I mean, I make him weak when I pull him to the side. Now, I keep my hand on his head, and then I can squeeze and finish. And I keep my other knee up, all right? Just, you know, it's not a problem, sorry. It's not a problem to me. And that's one of the reasons that I do this. It's way easier for him to escape the hit. And if he does, I'm still here with the choke. So my concern when I have the choke is him pushing me to the other side. That's why I drop my knee and I turn him sideways, okay? So now once again, a little bit faster here. So my opponent's defending everything like, well, he's closing the arm, collar, hip. I posture up, and then once I understand the control, I can start to initiate my attacks. I open up the collar, 4 fingers in, I close my elbow. Now I search for the other collar, thumb inside. I don't squeeze from here. Just before I initiate my choke, I drop my knee and I pull him sideways. Boom. And my head always on top. In case that my opponent's too strong and he's pulling me, that can happen, I can post my head to give me base and finish from here. Even stick to the mount position to maintain my choke. Bring on this. So some details, basic details for you to apply the knee on belly, and then how we can progress from there, how we can be more offensive with the cross choke.